welcome. My name is Megan, and today we're doing a beginner Hatha yoga class. So this class is designed to be broadly accessible to most people, but I encourage you to take whatever modifications you feel you need, and always, always, always listen to your body first. What I am teaching you is just a guideline. So in this class, we will do a range of standing, seated, and floor postures. So all you'll need for this practice is just a mat and your focus. And I hope you enjoy this beginner Hatha yoga class. I'll see you on the mat. We'll begin standing on the mat with our feet together, toes touching. I like to keep my heels apart, but however is comfortable for you. Standing up straight and tall. Beginning from our feet upwards, make sure your knees are not locked. There's a slight bend in the knees. Engage the muscles in your thighs and in your seat. Maybe you tuck your tailbone a little bit to engage the abdomen. Standing up nice and straight and tall. Roll your shoulders back. Tuck your chin just a hair. And then imagine there's a little string at the top of your head, and it's just pulling you a little bit upright, so you're standing nice and tall. This is just our good baseline posture. And we'll begin in Stithparthanasana, standing prayer pose. So bring palms together at your heart. Allow your eyes to close and be soft. And begin to inhale and exhale through your nose. So seal your lips. And allow your breath to come naturally. No need to make it anything special. Just taking a few minutes to settle down here. Know that there is nothing to do. There's nowhere to go, except to be right here on your mat, taking this time to focus on you, to focus on your practice and your growth. As you breathe here, focus on the way the air feels as you breathe in. Feel it moving through your nostrils. Focus on the way it feels as you exhale. Really starting to bring your focus back to your body, back to yourself. Withdraw from the world outside. Withdraw from your daily concerns, from whatever you need to do later, or whatever you were just doing. Let all of that go. Let it flow away as you focus on the feeling of your breath. Take one more big inhale. One more big exhale. Allow the feelings of peace and calm and tranquility to come in. Prepare yourself for this practice. For this time that's just for you to study, to work, to focus on your yoga practice. Take one more inhale and one more big exhale. Let all the air out. And then you can release your hands down by your sides. Eyes flutter open gently. And we'll begin our physical practice with a few rounds of Talasana. So we'll bring our feet to about hip width. And this pose is a very gentle upward stretching posture. You can either come all the way up onto your tippy toes, or if that's not available to you, you can stay with your feet planted on the ground, knees nice and soft, and just work on inhaling and stretching up toward the sky. So it's your choice whether or not you come up onto your tiptoes. Wherever you are, we'll begin with our feet planted slightly, knees nice and soft, not bent or anything, but just nice and soft. Again, tuck that tailbone, engage those abs. Hands by our side. Exhale all the air out, and then inhale for 1, 2, 3. As you lift your arms up overhead, stretch up toward the ceiling, high up on your tippy toes. Stretching up, 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 and then exhale for 1, 2, 3. Come all the way back down. Really synchronizing the movements of your arms and your feet so that your hands reach your side right as your heels hit the earth. And again, inhaling for 1, 2, 3. Rising up on those tiptoes, stretching your fingers up toward the ceiling, really reaching every vertebra of the spine is stretching up, up, up. And exhaling for 1, 2, 3. Take one round of breath here. And we'll do it one more time. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3. Stretching up toward the sky, holding that air in. And exhaling for 1, 2, 3. Maybe you'll let your eyes go soft for a moment as you take a steadying breath. And really enjoy the feeling of your body being stretched. We'll move now into a static posture, Ekpadasana, or tree pose. With tree pose, you have a lot of different options for how you can make this accessible. The full expression, you bring your heel up to your groin, and you press your foot into your thigh, and you work on opening your hips. And whichever version of tree pose you're in, you're going to work on opening your hips. But if heel to groin is not accessible to you, you can bring your feet to the outside of your calf, or even if, let's say, your balance isn't here yet, you can keep your toes on the floor and just connect heel to ankle. And in that way, you can still focus on that nice opening of the hips. The one thing you don't want to do is press your foot into your knee, because that can put unwanted pressure on the knee joint and increase the risk of injury. So I encourage you to do whichever version is right for you. You'll see for me, on one side I can do the full expression, and on the other I can't because of a lack of flexibility, because I ride my bike too much. So, wherever you're going to be, we'll firmly plant our right foot into the earth as we start to lift left leg and bring either here to the calf, or if you want to go for the full expression of the posture, heel to groin. And wherever you are, make that right leg nice and strong. Your knee is not locked, but you're squeezing your seat. So you're not dumping into your hip, but rather you're squeezing your seat to stay nice and tall. Abs are engaged, hip is opening. And maybe if you want to, you bring your hands to heart center. And focus on that breath. Maybe if you want to, you can do equal breathing. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 4. It's hard to balance while I teach. I'm out of practice. If you fall out of the posture, it's okay. Just bring yourself right back in. Ooh. And come back to your focus point. Take a few more rounds of breath here. And then we'll slowly release. Bring left foot back down to the earth. Maybe you shake your right leg out a little bit. Release the tension in the ankle or wherever you gather tension. And then we'll come to the other side. So for this side, whether you want to bring it all the way up to the full expression, which is not available for me, or foot to the outside of the calf, or even toes on the ground and heel to ankle, whichever is available for you, just remember to engage that left leg this time. No dumping into the hip. We want to really lift up, hold our body up nice and straight. Remember that string is pulling you up toward the ceiling. Hands come to heart center. And start to focus on opening that hip up to the outside. If you're having trouble maintaining your balance, I encourage you to choose your drishti, which is a single fixed point that you can look at without moving your gaze. I find keeping my gaze focused on a single point helps my mind stay focused on a single point. And when my mind is focused, my balance is improved. Really focus here on generating that balance of the body and that balance of the mind. Keeping yourself focused on your breath, on your drishti, on the way that it feels to breathe in and out through your nose. And on your next exhale, we'll release that right foot, bring it back down to the earth. Both our feet together. Take a few rounds of breath. I apologize if there's a lot of background noise. My yoga studio is in an old factory building with a lot of other artists and artisans, so there's a lot of people moving around. Next, we're going to do a modified Garudasana for this beginner's class. If a full eagle pose is already part of your practice, I encourage you to just go into the full eagle pose. But for this practice, we'll only be working on engaging our legs in a squat and learning the arm movements. So, Garudasana or eagle pose is traditionally a balancing posture that can be quite advanced, because it requires a lot of flexibility, a lot of strength, and a lot of balance and coordination all at once. So for today, we're going to just learn the arm movements for Garudasana. So what I want you to do, actually I'll stay focused facing you. We're going to inhale and sweep our arms nice and wide. And on the exhale, you're going to bring your arms across the front, and your left arm is going to cross on top of your right. The bottom arm, your right arm, is going to bend up. And left arm's going to wrap around so that your hands and palms come together. If this is not available to you, you can either grab your wrist or hold like this. Either way, I want you to practice that wrapping motion, which should feel a nice stretch back here and even some tension along the arms and the backs of the shoulders. And then once you have your hands in this nice posture, sink down into a nice squat for me. So whatever's available to you. As you're in your squat, remember, you don't want to have your butt out. You want to kind of tuck to engage the abs. And then squat down nice and low. The same squat you'd use for chair posture. As you're here, you're remembering to breathe. And I want you to imagine that you're pulling your shins away from each other, and you should feel that your knees come closer together as you do this. Wherever you are, maybe you lift your elbows up a few inches to see how that feels. Exploring different areas of flexibility. Never pushing yourself to the point where it hurts. Just engaging yourself to the point where you feel a little extra stretch. Like maybe that's your boundary. Take one more deep breath in here. And one more big exhale. And on your next inhale, stand up and open your arms up nice and wide. And exhale, this time left arm crosses under right, left arm bends, right arm wraps around, hands come together, or grab wrists, or hold fingers, whatever's available to you. And we'll sink down again into that nice squat, remembering to tuck our tailbone, keep our abs engaged, and focus on very slowly, very gently lifting those arms up. Maybe you close your eyes to really focus in on how does this feel in your body. Where do you feel a stretch? Where do you feel a point of tension? Are you listening to your body? Is it telling you this is too much? If it is, can you back off? Can you drop your elbows down? Can you release your squat a little bit? Or is it telling you you want more? Lift those elbows up, squat a little deeper. Just make sure you're not listening to your ego or your pride, but you're listening to your body. Take one more big inhale and exhale. And then inhale, arms sweep open nice and wide. And exhale, release down to your sides. Take a few rounds of breath here. Notice where you've generated heat in your body. Notice if your shoulders or your arms or your back or your legs feel different after that practice. And then we'll continue and take a seat on the mat. We'll continue in Bhadrasana, or the butterfly pose. This is a meditative posture. So what I want you to do is bring your feet together, heels and toes together. Bring them as close as you can comfortably bring them in towards your groin. But don't feel the need to really push yourself and get super, super, super close. What I want you to feel is just that point of flexion, that point of stretch, of tension, where it still feels good and comfortable, like you're going a little deeper into your body, but not painful. And then what I like to do is actually interlace my fingers like in a little net and scoop them under my feet, and that way I get a bit of a stretch behind my shoulders. But if that's not available to you, you can grab onto your big toes and just kind of sit up nice and straight, so that we're feeling a really deep stretch here through our hips and our groin. And if you're doing the basket hold like me, through your shoulders. And I want you to close your eyes here. And we'll begin to do equal breathing. So exhale all the air out. And then inhale through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. And pause. Exhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue this pattern of breathing, counting out 4 inhale and 4 exhale. Being sure to measure the way you bring your air in. And exhale, slowly releasing the air bit by bit. Wherever you are, take one more round like this. And then breathe naturally for a few rounds. And then you can open your eyes. And we'll come and sit with our legs out in front of us for Pashimotanasana, or forward fold. In forward fold, I want you to keep your feet engaged, so ankles flexed, whatever that's called, toes curling back towards your face. so that you're engaging the muscles in your legs. You're not just sitting here passively on the floor. And we're going to do 3 times in dynamic before we relax into the stretch. So what I mean by dynamic is we're going to move with our breath, like we did when we did the overhead stretch at the beginning of class. So for this one, you'll start here with your hands on your legs. Exhale all the air out. Hold your back up nice and straight and tall. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. And then exhale for 1, 2, 3. Reaching as much towards your feet as you can, whether that's you just come to here or here. And hold the air out here for 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then inhale again, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold the air out here as you relax a little deeper into the stretch for 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, last time in dynamic for 3. Pause. Exhale, folding forward, allowing yourself to get a little deeper as you hold that air out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time inhale, stretch your arms up over your head, and exhale, fold all the way down to wherever is comfortable. And allow yourself to breathe here. And allow this fold to be natural. You don't have to push yourself super hard to get as much flexion as you can, because actually if you're stretching to the point of pain, then you might be doing more damage than good, and in fact making your flexibility worse. So allow yourself to come to the first point of stretching, and maybe you feel that in the back of your neck, maybe you feel it in the base of your spine. Pay attention to where you feel the stretch. As you breathe here, in and out through your nose. On every inhale, bringing fresh oxygen into your blood, into your muscles. On every exhale, you relax one bit more. Inhaling air into your muscles. Exhaling, relaxing a little bit deeper. Take one more deep breath in here. Exhale to the fullest expression of your forward stretch. And then inhale brings you all the way back up. Arms reach up overhead. And exhale, hands come down by your sides. Maybe you bend your knees a little bit, just kind of release if that was a really intense stretch for you. And we'll go into Ardha Matsyandrasana, or twisting pose. So for this pose, we'll also do slightly in a kind of dynamic. We're going to do it multiple times so you can deepen your experience with the pose. So what I'm going to do here is you keep your right leg out nice and, well, not straight, but tuck the left foot under so that your heel comes by your hip. You're not sitting on your heel, it's just kind of right next to your hip. And then you're going to bring your right foot and cross your right ankle over your left knee. So if you can see here, left foot is by your seat, right leg is up and crossed over. Then, since your right leg is up and over, we'll bring our right hand to the base of our spine or somewhere behind us, and this is to help us sit up nice and straight and tall. So keep your spine up nice and straight and tall. This is very important. And then on exhale, all your air out. Inhale, left arm lifts up high toward the ceiling. Exhale, your left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee as you twist yourself open toward the back of the room. Inhale, stretch up nice and tall. Exhale, twist a little further. Inhale, stretches up nice and tall. Exhale, twist just a hair deeper. And then inhale, release, left arm lifts up, back up to the sky. And exhale, brings that hand down. Now I want you to switch your legs. So we'll bring them out in front this time. And this time, right leg goes underneath left knee, and right ankle comes right by your left hip. Left leg crosses over right to sit flat on the ground right next to your right knee. Left arm goes back here to support you and keep you up nice and straight and tall. Exhale the air out. Inhale, right arm reaches up toward the sky. Exhale, right arm to the outside of left knee. Twist. Inhale, you stretch up. Exhale, you twist. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch, up, up, up. Exhale, twist. Then inhaling, we release. Arm comes up to the sky. Exhaling, back down. And we'll go back to the first side. So legs out in front. Left leg underneath right. Heel by your seat. Right leg crosses over the front knee. So you're in your nice little pretzel. Right arm behind you to hold you up nice and straight and tall. Inhale. Left arm comes up. Exhale. Left elbow to outside of right knee as you twist towards the back. Inhale, stretching up nice and tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretching up nice and tall. Exhale, twist, really rinsing out those internal organs, feeling that compression in your abdomen. And then inhale, release. Left arm up and high. Exhale brings it back down. Legs out in front. And we'll do our last side here. Oop. Right leg underneath, heel by your seat. Left leg crosses over. Left arm behind you by your seat. Inhale, up nice and tall, and then exhale, right arm to outside of right leg or to outside of left as you twist. Inhale, stretches you up nice and tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, deep twist. Really enjoying that compression. And then inhale, back to center, right arm high. And exhale, put your legs out in front of you, maybe give them a shake. And I'd encourage you to just sit for one moment and feel the changes in your abdomen. Really notice if you can feel anything at all. Then for our last posture, we'll do Bhujangasana, which is cobra pose. So for cobra pose, we're going to lay on our bellies. And we're going to zip ourselves together like a zipper. So from toes all the way up to the whole body, you're zipping ourselves up nice and tight, squeezing everything together. Your arms are in by your side, your hands are right next to your chest, right next to your rib cage. Exhale all the air out, and then inhale. As you lift your face, lift your chest, and then lift your hands just an inch off the ground to make sure you're really only using the muscles in your back. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift face, lift chest. Squeeze your legs together to engage the muscles in your back, support your low spine. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift face, lift chest, hands not touching the ground. Squeeze your legs together. Lift 1 inch higher, and exhale, lower all the way down. Maybe rest your head on one side, arms can relax. Take one round of breath here. And then very gently we'll roll over onto our backs to prepare for Shavasana. Perhaps you want to hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Release any tension remaining in the low back. And then legs go long on the floor. Palms resting. Palms face the ceiling. Maybe you tuck your chin to release your neck. Begin to breathe here. And allow your muscles to relax after that practice. Allow yourself to sink down into the floor, surrendering the full weight of your body. And allow yourself to feel simple gratitude. Gratitude that you made time, that you came here, that you chose to prioritize yourself. Feel gratitude for the things your body can do, for the things that you are capable of. And relax completely. Stay in Shavasana as long as you need. That's the end of today's class, this beginner Hatha yoga class. I hope you enjoyed and got a lot out of this practice. Thank you for practicing with me. I will end your practice with 3 Om chants. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Thank you for practicing with me today. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever it takes you. Namaste.